Good morning, students. Today we are moving to our new chapter, the contract in Islamic finance. First of all, what is the contract in Islamic finance? The philosophy of law on Islam differs from the Western philosophy of law quite significantly. The Islamic philosophy says this world was created by only one God known as Allah, and all materials on earth and in the universe were created by Him, and He alone managed this creation. There are angels to help me, but without the help of angels, He was just as capable of accomplishing this monumental task without any problem in whatever way He wished and planned. Allah has created this earth and all things therein. Among the creatures on earth, the best creation of Allah is the human being, which is mentioned in the religious book of Muslims known as the Quran. The Islamic scholars accept this philosophical concept of creation of the human being without a doubt, and the Islamic philosophers known as the Al-Ulama says that Allah has approved all the basic principles of law in the performance of a social conduct in the Quran, which must be applied in the society to act in a civilized manner at all times. In addition, the legal principles which have not been provided in the Quran or Hadith, the sayings and the deeds of the Prophet Muhammad, that is called Hadith, are left to the human being to interpret and act upon them accordingly based on the percept of a civilized society. The government through the parliament can make the necessary laws for the society, but these man-made laws will not be contradictory with the basic legal principles provided in the Quran and Hadith. This is the basic concept of the Islamic legal philosophy. The Islamic religion emphasizes on the importance of the law of contract. The Islamic law of contract has detailed provisions to ensure viable business transactions between the companies. Islam only prohibits the earnings through usury or interest in the business as clearly mentioned in the Al-Quran. Allah says in the Holy Quran, taking interest on loan is prohibited for you, but doing business is permitted for you. This verse of the Holy Quran is exhorting the business community not to lend money with a fixed rate of interest. As a matter of fact, it encourages the rich people to give interest-free loans, that is called Qardul Hasans, to the poor and the needy people to help them solve their daily needs for survival. In addition, the Holy Quran also provides the provisions for making contracts when a loan is given or when any business agreement is made. Allah exhorts the people to write down the terms of business or loan given free of interest, so that they do not forget the terms of the business or loan agreement later. The next, we are going to discuss the features of a valid contract. A contract is an agreement which is enforceable by law, and only legal agreements are contracts, whereas illegal agreements are not contracts. Actually, to draft a valid contract, there must be some basic legal enforceable elements which are basically similar and applicable either in the Islamic law of contract or the English law also. As the mentioned above, the elements are: there should be an offer which is called ijab, and second element is a acceptance which is qabul, and third one a free consent, and the fourth one a consideration. And the fifth one, an intention to create a legally binding relationship. And the sixth one, the objective and the consideration of the contract should be legal. And the seventh one, a certainty, legitimate performance. And the eighth one, a capacity. And the ninth one, a formality. These are the elements for a valid contract. It should be concluded like also the Islamic law of contract and the English law of contract. And to be continued, the further explanations of the elements in the contract will be in the next class. Thank you, students.